Welcome back guys to a new video. So this is going to be a portfolio update, mainly covering all the buys and sells I have been doing in the past week or so, mainly due to the tariff news when the markets were falling. So let's just take a look at the portfolio so far. So currently we have almost 2,800 invested over here. If you take a look at our cost basis, and our unrealized result is we are down minus 11 cents. So currently realty income represents 41% of our portfolio. JP Morgan Global Growth and Income is 14%. Gold mining 14% as well. Main Street is 8%. BlackRock World Mining Trust 6.2%, and primary healthcare 5%. So in the past couple of days, we have added money into the portfolio when we saw that the stocks were going down, and we did add 200 euros into the portfolio. And with that, let's take a look at what we have been buying. So over here in our orders section, let's take a look for the month of April. If we go all the way down, April. So there it is. So first of all, in the 2nd of April, we bought 0.5 of a share of JP Morgan Global Growth and Income, bought a couple of BlackRock World Mining Trust as well. They have a pretty decent dividend yield, so I wanted to get some more of that. They did kind of tank there a bit. And then some more JP Morgan Global Growth and Income, some more primary healthcare as well, 11 shares there. And then we had a couple of limit orders there, which we cancelled later on. And then we bought some more 17 shares of JP Morgan Global Growth and Income. Finally, we decided to stack up on Main Street Capital because that did go down quite a bit there. So we take a look down here in our income engine pie. So we saw Main Street came down to quite an attractive level. So we went ahead and purchased a couple of shares there. Now I did manage to purchase some of the shares at, I think it was like $48. So that was pretty nice. And then it went up there and then a bit back down. But it's been hovering stable there for the past day or two now. So pretty happy enough about that. We have 4.56 shares of Main Street at the moment. Let's go back over here. We did buy a couple of more realty income shares. We bought it at $53 right there. And let's take a look. So some more JP Morgan Global Growth and Income, 2.5 shares this time. Realty income, we cancelled that. Some more Main Street Capital, and then over here Main Street Capital was down quite a bit, so I didn't have any money that I could put back into it, so I decided to sell some stocks that were in the green, and I decided to sell Unilever. So if we take a look at Unilever, I remember back when this was at its peak over here. So when it was at its peak, I think we were at like plus 50 euros in gains there. But unfortunately, it has come down quite a bit there. Even in the past couple of days, it was coming down a bit. But since it was in the green, guys, I decided to take the gains and buy some Main Street Capital with that. So there it is. We bought one Main Street Capital right there at $48 full price. Another one at $48, and then we didn't have that much money left, so we bought a few fractional shares, 0.48 shares at 48 cents, $48 I should say, and then 0.006 there, Main Street right there. So a lot of buying Main Street, a couple of realty income, and of course a couple of JP Morgan Global Growth and Income right there. So at the moment, let's take a look at how many shares we have of realty income right now. So we have 21 shares. We are actually in the green for it, but it's because of the FX impact we are down so much at the moment, but that's okay. Let's go over here to our income tab. So we had Unilever in this pie, but we did sell it there. But other than that, let's take a look. National Grid has a 5% dividend yield, so I'm happy enough to keep this one for a long time. 10 shares, up almost 10% there. BlackRock World Mining Trust, so they do have a decent dividend yield, so that's why I decided to stack up on them, and currently we have 30 shares of them. Gains and loss, FX impact there, and if we take a look at the dividend yield, 5% there. I've got PHP there as well, primary healthcare, And let's take a look. We have 111 shares there, and they do provide some irregular dividends as well, guys, so I do like that as well. So 7.2%, that's why I decided to get a couple more shares on them. So let's take a look now. So my buy and hold vault, let's take a look. So one stock over here, JP Morgan Global Growth and Income, and we tried to average down a bit, and I think we did. So 62.5 shares. So I'm happy enough about that. Our average price is 521 pence there. So dividend yield is 4.2%. So they do try to give out 4% of their net asset value of the previous year. So that's why I do like JP Morgan Global Growth and Income there. So that's my portfolio so far. We're almost very close to the 3,000 mark in terms of portfolio. The last couple of days and weeks there, you can see we're almost down. I think it's like 10% there, so we're down 11%. But let's switch over now to see what our dividends are like for the forward 12 months. Okay, so this is our app that I'm using to track the dividends. And you can see my yield on cost is now 5%. I remember last month when we did our dividend update, it was 4.5. And we're almost close to our 10 euros in monthly average dividends. So if we take a look over here, we can see a prediction on the estimated dividends that we are about to receive. Let's go on over here. We've already received the JP Morgan Global Growth and Income, 99 cents, their quarterly payment. So that was nice. We've got Main Street coming up. We've got Realty Income, almost 4 euros there with 3 euros and 82 cents. We've got one Diageo share, so they're giving us 31 cents right there. So looking forward to that. And then after that, we've got a pretty steady about 7 or 8 euros coming in every single month. Over here in July, we've got estimated 14 euros in payments. And that is because of National Grid coming in there with a big chunky dividend. Over here, we've got a lot of dividends coming in January as well. And I think that's because the National Grid is also paying out in that month there. So National Grid payouts semi-quarterly right there. So I'm happy enough about that. We're slowly increasing our average monthly dividend. So we're getting super close to my first goal of 10 euros per month. And then we'll increase that to 15 euros and then 20 euros and go from there. But yeah, happy enough about that. That's my buys and sells. Let me know how you guys have been getting along and what you guys have been buying and selling as well. That's going to be it from me, guys. If you do like these videos, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. I'll see you guys during the end of the month dividend update.